today we're going to have a look at a pen that was lent to me by my friend Joe's, and he actually lent me a couple of pens. He has lived in India. He brought over a bunch of pens and he said you should review these. So there's 4 to be precise. Today we're going to have a look at the ASA Maya. I'm not sure if you're supposed to say ASA or ASA. I'm just going to say ASA because I think it flows a little nicer. ASA Maya. I have reviewed another ASA in the past. I believe that was the Sniper. But this is the Maya. Okay, so just a little bit of information about the pen. If I'm looking here, that's because I have written this down. I don't remember everything, you see. Matte black, ebonite pen. You can buy this in a couple of configurations. As I understand it, this is what they label the 3-in-1 configuration, and that refers to the way you ink it up, and I think that means that you can use a cartridge converter or you can use it as an eyedropper filled pen. So with this one you can do all 3, which is kind of cool. This also has the Jovo nib upgrade, so in that configuration with the 3-in-1 filling system and the Jovo nib, as I understand it, would cost you $52. Nice pen, good size I would say. So let's have a look at this in a bit more detail. I'm going to cover the parts of the pen. I'll do a writing sample. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And of course, a kind thank you to Joe's for lending me the pen. Okay, so here we go with the ASA Maya. Now, I don't know if it comes in this pouch, and I'll be fair, I forgot to ask Joe. So maybe it comes in this pouch, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Feel free to ask anyone else. The ASA Maya. Nice pen. Good size, I would say, because I definitely like the size. I was just reaching here. Here you have a Lamy Safari. So as you can see, I would say this is a larger pen. Not massive, but it's definitely a bit bigger. Okay, now as I said, several filling options available. This is that 3-in-1 system, but you know, different things available. So nice size. Let's look at the parts of the pen. Right at the top, finial is actually fairly polished, so it's shiny, shinier than the rest of the pen, except for the end cap there, which is also shiny. So if we go down, we have a clip which has the ASA logo, ASA. Very springy clip with a nice sort of ball of, I was going to say tipping, but the little ball material there, which is quite nice. We have 2 rings there. Those rings do move. I will point that out and I'll come back to that. We have a barrel, which, as you can see, it's on the larger size, so fill that with ink with an eyedropper, you'll definitely have a large capacity pen. Then you have that end cap right there. The pen the cap unscrews, and then you end up with a nicely sized pen, I would say. And if you really want to, you can actually post it, and then it's really quite big. But because it is ebonite, it's actually rather comfortable and light. It's not top heavy or anything. Now we have the section. Well, simple section, tapers down a bit, has a big sort of, I don't know, lip there. And then you have that nib, which, as far as I can tell, is a number 6 Jovo nib. So that also tells you something about the scale of the pen, right? It's a fairly large nib that doesn't even look that big on this pen. Filling system, as I said, 3-in-1, eyedropper, cartridge and converter. In this case, a simple Schmidt converter, but you know what? Does the job. Converter is a converter, right? As long as it doesn't leak, it's fine. Schmidt makes, I think, the bulk of the world's converters anyway, so that looks pretty good. And as I said, pretty big barrel. So if you wanted to eyedropper that could definitely work. One thing I will point out at this stage before I forget is it's a lot of threads, but at this point it gets fairly tight. Now, you could probably put a little bit of silicone grease in, and that might help a little bit with that. Okay, now what I think we really need to do is see this pen right. So, grabbing my paper, and let's get cracking. So what we have here is the ASA Maya. This is a medium steel nib, and the ink is Noodler's Navy, which may have got mixed up a little bit with whatever was in there. So it's not an ink review anyway, right? Writing. Not the smoothest I've ever had, not the scratchiest I've ever had. It's just a nib with some feedback. Perfect, no skipping, actually looks very well. Wetness, no complaints there. It's not a gusher, it's not dry, it's just properly tuned, I would say. As always, very, very careful. Line variation, there is a little bit to be had, but not a flex nib, nor is it marketed as such. Reverse writing. As you can see, the pen gets very dry and pretty much stops writing. So not one to use in that way. Okay, end of the writing sample. I think we need to look at what I like about it and what I not like about it. Alright, so what do I like about the ASA Maya and what do I not like about it? Well, there's a couple of things I like. First of all, you're talking about a pen in this, as I said, this configuration with the nib, with the filling system, $52 US. That's not terrible when it comes to pens, I think. That's nice. I also like ebonite. Ebonite is a special material. It has a special feeling, special smell to it. It's quite warm to the touch. And one thing that I really do appreciate is that it's a very nice light pen. A nice size, fairly light pen without being so light that you don't feel you're holding a pen. That happens too. For example, I would say the Namiki Falcon is a very, very light pen. This is a nice in-between. I really like that. Jovo nib is nice. Jovo nib is known, their quality is known, so you kind of know what you're getting. It's a number 6 nib, that means you can switch it out a bit. It does look like it's a plastic feed, not an ebonite feed, which may be a bit of a shame, but it's a Jovo nib, so that's good. The fact that it can be eyedropper if you want to, that's nice. I know that some people really love that, and as I said, that's a big barrel, so that would definitely hold quite a bit of ink. So I think all of that is quite nice. Things I don't like about it so much, you have to look at it as a $52 pen. I think in general the craftsmanship is pretty good. Some things cheapen that a little bit. I mean the fact that the engraving on the barrel may be a little hard to show you, but this is not super crisp. The fact that these rings rotate along with the rotate, are not fixed securely. I think those kind of things cheapen the look and feel of the pen a little bit. So there is that. The nib I found a little bit prone to the angle under which you write, but that may also have been the paper I was using, because in the writing sample I think it performed perfectly well. So in all, I think it's pretty nice. The final thing I wanted to say was that it is a bit hard, as I said. Here you really have to exert some pressure to make it turn when you take the section out of the barrel, but that also that may be a matter of just having to put a little bit of grease in. Having said all that, at $52, yeah, you get a nice pen. It's a bit bigger, Jovo nib, eyedropper if you like. So there definitely are some good selling points for this pen, I would say. And that's all there's to it. So I hope this was useful, and I'm glad to see you later. Bye bye.
Bye.